So for today's video, I'm going to give you some quick tips on how to shoot kids effectively, whether it's for a commercial or a corporate video, or if you're just a parent that wants to learn how to shoot your children better. So my first tip in shooting children is to be patient, especially if they're not your own kids, because they have very low attention spans. And the thing is that you could give them direction and they're gonna forget almost immediately. So first off, you gotta have patience, you gotta understand that it's a process. My next tip is to give them simple instructions in a story-based form. So for instance, if you want them to go from one room to the other, and they're having trouble listening to you, they don't want to just walk over or whatever, you can just say, hey, pretend that you're in a fairy tale and the princess is on the other side and you got to get to them as fast as possible, and then they're gonna make a beeline for them, Or if you want them to pick up and hold on to a product for a long period of time, you could just say, hey, the longer that you hold on to this thing, the more candy you're going to get at the end. Something. Which brings me to my next tip is actually you can provide some reward incentives for them following your instructions. So a lot of times kids need to know why they're doing something, and you can't just say, oh, this is important for you to do because my clients need it. You got to give them their own personal motivation. So my next tip is actually to give personal motivation to the kids when you're giving them instructions for something. So, for instance, if they really love chocolate chip cookies, you can say, hey, if you can sit still for 30 seconds and smile, I'm going to give you a chocolate chip cookie at the end. I don't know, you got to check with the parents though if that's okay. But the point is though, you got to give them some incentive for what they're doing. And technically, my last tip for shooting kids is you want to actually get on their level. So a lot of times people make the mistake of filming kids from their perspective, but a kid's world is actually from a different perspective. So you actually want to bring the camera physically to their level so you can see the world as they see it. And that's a really effective way of shooting kids. Thanks for watching. Click on the subscribe button below and check us out at videographyacademy.com, where you're going to get the latest and greatest news, tips, and tricks on how to supercharge your videography business, make a lot of money, and also get paid to do what you love.